Welcome to the Chic Assignment for September 2019. Hello Connoisseur community and welcome back to the Daily Connoisseur. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jennifer and once a month I do the Chic Assignment where I assign 4 things that you can do to help enrich your month. I know I say this every time, but I'm really excited for this month's assignment, so let's jump right into it. Okay, it took a village for me to remember the composer and the title of this piece. This month I have a wonderful classical music selection for you. This is one of my favorite pieces, but through the years, even though I have known who composed it, I always forget because she's a lesser known composer. And so recently I was trying to figure out the name of it and I took to my community page on YouTube and also on Facebook, and Katie Riggs. Katie, she helped me find the name of this tune. So I just want to say hello to Katie and thank her for helping us all with the Chic Assignment this month. Okay, so we are going to be listening to Sicilienne in E-flat major by Maria Theresia von Paradis. This piece, I was first introduced to it in the Sherlock Holmes DVD. I know that that is so random. Not the Benedict Cumberbatch one, but the Jeremy Brett one. By the way, which is an amazing series, and I have the DVDs for them. And this piece is playing not in the actual series, but when you have the menu on for the DVD. This is why it was so hard for me to locate the title of the piece. But I am so mesmerized by this gorgeous piece. It's often played with a violin, sometimes it's played with a piano and cello. I'm going to leave a few performances down below where you can check it out. This is just a hauntingly beautiful piece. It's one of my absolute all-time favorite classical music selections. Another funny thing, and I knew this too, was that this piece was played at the royal wedding with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It was played by the famous cellist Sheku Kane Mason, and he's brilliant. So I'm gonna leave his performance down below, and I will also leave a beautiful violin performance of this piece. This is so interesting, and we're gonna learn more about the composer when I do the check-in later on in the month. But Maria Theresia von Paradis is a woman, and that is actually quite rare for the classical music world, especially back in her day. She lived from 1759 to 1824, so I'm fascinated with her. She was an Austrian musician and a composer who lost her sight at an early age, for whom Mozart may have written his Piano Concerto No. 18 in B-flat major. So we're going to learn a bit more about her during the check-in. So we are going to listen to Sicilienne in E-flat major by Maria Theresia von Paradis. Okay, next I would like to go to the world of poetry once again, and we are going to be reading the poems of Robert Frost, another great American poet. Most of you are probably already familiar with Robert Frost's work. He's one of the most celebrated poets of all time. We will delve into more of his personal life and biography in the check-in later on in the month. And I will also read some of his other poems, and I will leave a link down below of some of his best poems. But today I'm going to read to you his most famous poem, The Road Not Taken. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So, most of us have heard either that entire poem or that last stanza is very famous. This poem has some misconceptions. I want to read to you something that I found about this poem that analyzes it a bit deeper. I think most people read this poem and they think, oh, this is about, taking the road less traveled, you know, not going in the mainstream way. And that is how I have always taken it. But I want to read this, which gives a new perspective on the poem. It says, "No list of Robert Frost's finest poems would be complete without this, an oft misunderstood poem. In summary, Frost's speaker comes to a fork in the road and, lamenting the fact that he has to choose between them, takes the one less traveled by, and tells himself he'll go back and take the other path another day, though he knows he probably will never have a chance to do so, since way leads on to way. Yet the two paths are, in fact, equally covered with leaves. One is not less traveled by after all, right? So they're both covered with leaves, so they're not, one of them isn't less traveled by. So that's an interesting take. I never thought about that. What's more, the poem is titled The Road Not Taken, making it clear to us that it is this road, not the apparently less traveled one, that the speaker chose, which is really on his mind. So the famous final lines are less a proud assertion of individualism and more a bittersweet exploration of the way we always rewrite our own histories to justify the decisions that we've made. Isn't that interesting? See, I always thought that this was a trailblazing poem on individualism. But now that this analysis puts it that way, I kind of see that as well. So we can talk more about The Road Not Taken. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you would like to leave it here and just, you know, listen to that poem and take it in, then you've completed that chic assignment for the month. But if you want to learn more about Robert Frost and read more of his poetry, I will leave book resources down below, as well as a website that lists his most famous works. Okay, next, we are moving into fall here, and I could not be more excited. I don't think I've ever been more excited to transition my wardrobe. It's because I'm coming out of the pregnancy and breastfeeding phase of my life. I've been doing that for about 10 years now. And I'm just really excited to move on and just be able to wear more things. So I'm already wearing one of my new pieces. This is a Draper James dress. And by the way, if you follow me on Facebook at Jennifer L. Scott Author, I think that's my Facebook handle. I'll leave it down below. I have been sharing what I'm interested, what I'm eyeing for fall, because I know a lot of the times I share these things in videos, and by the time I do, they're either sold out or people just kind of snap them up right away. So if you do follow me on Facebook, check that out. And I did share this dress when it was on sale. So this is a Draper James dress. That's Reese Witherspoon's company. And I love this dress. You'll see more of that. I'm going to do a lot of 10-item wardrobe videos for you coming up. But back to the assignment. This month, I would love for us to continue to focus on transitioning our wardrobe, but also thinking about accessories and being intentional with those. What scarves do you plan to wear? What jewelry? What shoes are you bringing out? You know, it's going to be boot season soon here. How can we delight in our wardrobe and just really put outfits together and make it comprehensive? So we're going to focus on seasonally transitioning our accessories this month, as well as our clothing. We're going to keep doing that as well. And then the final chic assignment, and this is also going to be another easy one because most of us are doing this anyway, we are going to just switch out our decor, little subtle changes to bring in the new season. Now, if you have children, you probably do way more seasonal updates than if you don't have children. I think the children love that type of thing, right? So I know that I tend to decorate more seasonally for them. But even if you don't have children and you just want to maybe switch out a throw blanket or you know, bring in some herbs from the garden and hang them to dry, just something to switch out your decor and get ready for the upcoming season. Those are the 4 assignments this month. We are also going to continue to read. I am very excited for the month of September because my new book, Connoisseur Kids, comes out on September 10th. So to recap, we're going to listen to Sicilienne in E-flat major by Teresa von Paradis. We are going to read the poetry of Robert Frost. We are going to switch out our seasonal accessories, and we are going to decorate our home seasonally with the upcoming season in mind. That is it for the chic assignment. Be sure to share these with a friend of yours who is looking for more culture in their life and more community with like-minded people. Thank you for joining me today on the Daily Connoisseur, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!